but I feel like there's worse women now than there are worse men. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the past, there was better quality women, and then there was just men that were players. But now men actually want to get married, and they want to settle down, but women are cheating.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be reacting to a bunch of videos that talk about the fate of nice guys when it comes to dating. So let's get into the mess.
I have an actual genuine question, but when I look like this, I have a hat on, I just have my hair like in a ponytail, I have a baggy t-shirt on, I get so much attention from guys and I get approached all the time. When I'm all dressed up, out with my girls, I get looks, but no guys ever talk to me. What is up with that? I just don't understand. It's always when I look my worst.
If I had to guess, it's because she's giving off the appearance as if she's just an everyday girl who isn't looking for male attention. This sort of thing interests men because they might perceive her as someone who doesn't talk to a lot of guys. Therefore, there's less competition, and with less competition, there's a higher chance for paternity certainty. At least that's what I think is running in the primal region of men's brains when they come across a woman who dresses modestly. Outside of that, though, she probably just comes off as more approachable when dressed normally, compared to when she's with her girls on a night out, and she's all done up, which is a sentiment that a lot of the guys down in the comments seem to agree with.
We love women in their natural beauty state.
We prefer the girl next door or down-to-earth look.
Maybe they're intimidated when you're dressed up, or they think you're high maintenance.
And you were trying to train me to be high value to women, even though maybe I don't have a lot of money and I don't have a lot of resources. Right. What kind of advice would you give me?
Well, it depends on whether or not I want to be a good person or not, right? So if I wanted to just give you hints on what you can do to give off the impression you have a bunch of qualities that women desire, but you don't actually have them, I would tell you to borrow, expensive clothing and pretend or went to a high prestige school or have a high prestige job. Say those sorts of things that'll give off the impression that you have status and resources. If I am trying to give you advice for how to be a good human being and to genuinely show the qualities that you have that make you a good partner despite that, I would probably encourage you to play up your nice guy attributes and your willingness to commit.
Honestly, I think this is terrible advice, and if it goes wrong, it can potentially land you in a lot of trouble, in particular the part about pretending you have a certain job or occupation. In the US, it's extremely unlikely that pretending to be a doctor or something will invalidate consent or lead to you being charged with SA. But if you're unlucky, you could find yourself in hot water for something like fraud. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but this sort of thing is referred to as rape by deception, which on Wikipedia is defined as this. Rape by deception is a situation in which the perpetrator deceives the victim into participating in a sexual act to which they would otherwise not have consented had they not been deceived. Deception can occur in many forms, such as illusory perceptions, false statements, and false actions. Again, as far as I know, you're unlikely to land yourself in a case of SA for pretending to be a doctor or something like that, but it's not even worth the risk. She also said other things like borrowing expensive clothing and pretending you went to a good school, which, to be honest, is corny as shit. If a guy's strictly interested in getting some action and not in anything long-term, he just needs to practice talking to women, get comfortable with rejection, and do whatever it is he can to make himself more appealing, which involves the typical things like working out, looking after yourself, and working towards something that'll hopefully get your ass paid. In any case, broke guys are able to get laid all the time, so there's not really any need for men to start pretending because the chances are you won't be able to keep that facade up for very long unless you're some kind of professional con artist.
And, your willingness to, for example, and interest in things like having children, for example, because these are qualities that women desire in their choice of long-term partners. And being able to have those qualities, I think, is something that can certainly, give you a leg up in terms of mate attraction.
So you tell me to be a nice guy?
I would say to be a nice guy.
Do nice guys get laid?
I think that nice guys are less likely to have short-term, casual sex. They probably have fewer casual sexual partners than non-nice guys, but it'll certainly get you access to women.
While those are qualities that women desire in the long term, if you lead with that nice guy shit, it's most likely going to land you in the friend zone. If a guy isn't able to trigger a woman's desire to have sex with him or see him as a sexual option, being nice and trying to play up that role isn't going to help you. When I browsed through the comments on this video, the guys really didn't take too kindly to her advice.
Never ask the fish how to catch a fish.
Huh. You'll get access to women, but not the access you want.
My personal experience is in direct contrast to her advice. I wish I were on this podcast to ask how her advice compares to my outcomes. Friend zone passport. Only a lucky few pass the test that way.
Let's stop with this. This will never be true.
I think her answer to the question was very safe and untriggering, which to me rendered it pretty useless. When it comes to guys who want to find a woman to build a life with, giving them this sort of Disney talk isn't going to help. And just like one of the commenters said, her advice completely goes against everything he's experienced in his life. And I'm sure there are many others who feel the same way.
Where the fuck are the men that's gonna say, can you be ready on Thursday at 5, baby? And this.
There are so many men out there that would love to take a woman on a nice date and be intentional. A guy that will set reservations and actually pick a place. But a lot of times those guys are the ones that are told, let me think about it. I'll let you know. But they never get back to them. And the reason why I know this is because I've been that guy in the past. I remember years ago when I was in my early 20s, there was a girl that I liked and I asked her on a date and she said, yeah. She told me she was excited and I'm not gonna lie, I was geeked. She was so beautiful to me. So I made dinner reservations a week in advance. I told her the type of setting of the restaurant so she would know what to wear. I got my hair cut. When I tell you I came correct, I came correct. I would talk to her every other day just to remind her about the date and she said, yeah, I'm still going, I'm ready, I'm excited. She told me earlier in the day, all she had to do was get her hair done and then she would be ready and I'd come and pick her up. Picked out some beautiful flowers that I felt would be very reminiscent of who she was to me. So I gave her a call to let her know I was on my way, but no response. I texted her, no response. We were getting really close to our reservation time, so I called them and asked them could they give us more time, and they said they would. I called her again, no response. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit worried. I thought something might have happened to her. So I said, hey, I hope you're doing okay. Get to me when you can, no response. This girl was posting on social media the next day like nothing ever happened. The craziest thing is that women do want to be taken on nice dates. But if it isn't by the guy that they want, they would rather settle for less by the guy they want more of. So I took it on the chin and told myself I just gotta choose better. It is what it is.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. If a woman's not feeling you, she's not feeling you, and there's not much you can really do about it. Sadly though, there are a lot of guys who've experienced something like this. Guys who thought they were doing the right thing, only to get ghosted when they were moments away from the finish line. In my experience, if you don't get the feeling that the girl you're pursuing is 100% enthusiastic about what the two of you have going on, it's best to call it quits so you can find someone who'll bring the same energy to whatever it is you're trying to build. One of the girls in the comments left an interesting note which I thought was worth going over.
I've been guilty of this, and now I wish I would have taken that guy seriously. Sometimes the package isn't how we want it, but inside, it's just what we need.
And this is an absolute fact. All too often, people get caught up in the shit that just doesn't really matter when it comes to building a lasting relationship. But unfortunately, they realize this when it's too late. We tend to think we have all the time in the world to find someone, but it's possible that you've probably already passed up on the person who would have been just right for you. Anyway, here are a few more comments.
Preach. I just stopped being so nice. Game changer.
It really be a cycle because that same guy she was probably chasing wasn't really feeling her and doing the bare minimum. But the girl he liked, he probably was you in the same situation.
She doesn't owe you anything, little bro.
While some people might say it's a bit harsh, that last comment is true. But what the original creator said at the end of the video will probably help him avoid shit like this, which involves him being more selective about the women he chooses to invest his time and resources into.
I feel so bad for this generation of men. And the reason why I say that is I know people will come for me because they always have to come for men. But I feel like there's worse women now than there are worse men. Do you know what I mean? Like in the past, there was better quality women and then there was just men that were players. But now men actually want to get married and they want to settle down, but women are cheating. Like they're actually cheating. And what's crazy is like I know women that are cheating and they're super innocent and like their man has no idea. And it's like it saddens me. It saddens me so much because now when I talk to men, they're super damaged by these women. And it's like, when has this ever happened in the past? Like, women are more dogs and ran through than men nowadays. Like, I just feel bad. I feel bad for men. It's like, they don't trust women anymore, and they especially don't trust good-looking women. Like, I'm screwed out here. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just my perspective, but I feel bad for you guys. Let me know in the comments if that's what you experience as a man, because that's all I've been listening to. Like, these men are like, I just want to get married and find the one, but these women keep cheating on me and doing this and this, and I'm like, yeah, that's bad.
While it's pretty common to hear things like all men cheat and all they do is think with their little head, the truth is, the rate in which women are having affairs has shot up. Ever since men and women started working side by side, it's become too easy for people to hook up with others behind their partner's back. And what she said in this video is 100% right. A lot of people who are getting cheated on have no idea it's happening, which is why I always say that even men who are married should get paternity tests, because the sad fact is, you just never know. I've seen women cheat on their husbands and the guy didn't have the slightest idea about what was going on. Anyway, let's see what they were talking about in the comments.
It's so discouraging seeing the morals of both genders disappear. I feel like all the genuine people have truly given up. I know I have.
It's been this way forever. It's just out in the open now.
Bro, my ex was like this. Super innocent, but super sneaky.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you can never be 100% sure that your partner's being honest with you, which is why you shouldn't ignore any clues or red flags that might indicate infidelity.
I don't care what anyone says, and we can argue in the comments, but dating right now in 2024 is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I could probably pass the bar exam right now, and it'll be easier than dating. And I'm so serious. Now, I'm not saying that everything in life has to be easy, because it shouldn't, right? That's life. Things are going to be hard. Things are going to be tough, but it shouldn't be this hard. Dating shouldn't be this hard. It just shouldn't be. And the fact that majority of us single people are all experiencing this hardship leads me to believe that something isn't right. There is something, it's just something that's off. I don't know what it is, but it shouldn't be this hard. And the fact that it is this hard and other people are complaining about it and struggling with it leads me to believe it can't be us. It has to be the thing. So the dating needs to change. Something about the dating has to change, because it just can't be it. I can't keep living like this. And I don't want to quit. But ooh, I'm so close. I'm this close to giving up. Like, do y'all see? That's how close I am to giving up. I'm finna throw the towel in for real.
First of all, people need to get off dating apps and touch grass again, because that's going to be your best chance at meeting someone. Dating apps make people think they have an abundance of choice, but in reality, that's just not the case. We already know that most men get next to no play on dating apps, and while women always have guys trying to get at them, most of the guys they're interested in have no desire to get into a relationship. When it comes to dating, you always need to think about the kind of people you're choosing to spend your time with. One of the issues that is affecting dating these days is that we don't seem to want to acknowledge how our evolutionary past is still affecting the choices we make today. One of the challenges for successful women who want to date is the fact that, generally speaking, they only want men who are on their level or above, which is something you guys have heard a million times before. But will women start giving men a chance who are lower than them in terms of income and status? While this is possible, it's highly unlikely to happen anytime soon. But it does mean that it'll get harder and harder for them to find men they will be genuinely happy with. I wish that when people shared videos like this, we could see the history of people they dated, as it'd probably give us a better understanding of why they are where they are. Anyway guys, that's about it for today. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to share your own thoughts, hit up the comments section.